Welcome to BNEWS Weekly. I'm Phil Gallagher along with reporters Tad Stefanak, Barris Conley, Robert Paris, and Ryan Brown, Juliana McGrain with sports, and Gretchen Carey with the community calendar. Thank you for joining us. Maytown meeting began Monday night. The fiscal year 2026 operating budget was presented and took up the bulk of the body's discussion, but it was approved unanimously. The capital budget was presented for specific projects across various town departments and also passed in its entirety. There was an amendment to the renovations on the town common gazebo project. Let's have a look.
Thank you, Mr. Moderator. Jeff Tabona, Precinct 3. I would like to amend this article from $350,000 down to $303,401, removing the gazebo from the warrant article. I found out about this recently, that the gazebo needed repairs at the select board meeting. So after talking with Mr. Egan, members of the select board, town administrator, to give everyone a little bit of history, my uncle Joe Visco built the gazebo on the common, and Robert Murray of Cafe Escadrille, Murray Hills, he paid for it. So when I found that out, I said, look, asked Mr. Murray, what do you think? He said, you facilitate it, I'll pay for it again. So we'd like to make that donation to the town for that and have no cost to the taxpayer. So I don't know many people that will give a 52-year warranty on something, but Mr. Murray is willing to, as well as myself, to help facilitate it.
Any discussion on the amendment? Seeing none, we'll vote on it. All those in favor? Thank you. Opposed? Okay, now that brings us back. Thank you, Mr. Tabona and Mr. Murray.
Thanks again to Mr. Murray, who we have tried to interview here for the past 25 years with no luck. But thank you again. For a full review, visit our website at bcattv.org. The State House of Representatives also recently passed their fiscal 2026 budget proposal of $61.47 billion. The budget includes local funding for the towns in the 21st Middlesex District and critical investment in education, transportation, healthcare, housing, and workforce development. I am grateful and proud that this budget includes funding to directly support the Bedford-Burlington community, said Representative Gordon. Furthermore, this budget makes important investments in education and beyond that will allow us to continue to meet the needs of our residents amidst uncertainty from the federal government. Representative Gordon secured direct funding for the towns and organizations that serve his communities, including $200,000 to the town of Burlington to replace aging asphalt walkways on the town common with updated ADA-compliant concrete walkways. On Sunday, May 11 at approximately 5:30, Burlington Police responded to a call from Woburn Police about an unidentified man described as a white middle-aged male driving a gray sedan who made threatening remarks about the Burlington Mall at a gas station in Woburn. Burlington and state police were present at the mall as the retail closed at 6 p.m. and police remained stationed at the mall out of an abundance of caution as the restaurants remained open. Investigators from Burlington and Woburn Police determined the identity of the suspect and located him. Police determined that the man has no access to firearms and was experiencing a mental health crisis and do not believe there is ever a credible threat at the mall. The joint investigation remains active and ongoing, including whether police will file any charges. National Teacher Appreciation Week was last week, and many Burlington students from elementary through high school thanked their teachers at a recent school committee meeting.
I love Francis Wyman because all the teachers are so kind and nice. They always greet me with a smile in the morning.
Thank you to Miss Doherty for being awesome. You make school fun, especially math, even though reading is not my thing. If math was pizza, you would have all the best toppings.
I'm on blue team at MSMS in 6th grade with 4 core teachers, and I would like to thank all of them.
BHS has a lot of great teachers, so I mean it's hard to pick like 2 to stand out, but I guess to celebrate I'd like to shout out Mr. Stringer and Ms. McDonough. Both are just great teachers.
Teachers weren't the only ones receiving accolades. Mark Sullivan, principal of Burlington High School, has been named the 2025 Massachusetts School Administrators Association High School Principal of the Year. The school committee congratulated Mark and thanked him for his dedication to students, staff, and the Burlington community.
Dr. Conti is not with us this evening because he is attending the Massachusetts School Administrators Association Principal of the Year celebration, and that Principal of the Year is none other than our Mr. Sullivan here at Burlington High School. Yeah.
I just want to say a very hearty congratulations to Mark Sullivan. He runs a great school with a lot of his students that put their all into learning and moving through our grades and on to other schools. And I'm very happy to use Rashida as an example of how the students work hard, and she's going to Worcester Polytech. There are students who go to all kinds of amazing schools out of Burlington High School, and I think Mark Sullivan has worked very hard as a principal, and I'm very proud of him for having been chosen as the Principal of the Year. I think that's a great honor and well-deserved.
Over 98% of Burlington High School graduates move on to higher education. Our intern, Ryan Brown, sat down with Principal Sullivan to talk about what this award means to him.
Every year, the Massachusetts School Administrators Association recognizes one outstanding principal as High School Principal of the Year. This year, our very own Mark Sullivan was recognized.
I'm proud to receive it. I think it is a direct reflection on the great things that are happening here at Burlington High School. I don't view it as me getting an individual award. I really look at this as an award that the whole community can accept, and it's a reflection on the good work that we're doing here at Burlington High School.
During his time as principal, Mr. Sullivan has always set out to make BHS a school built on cooperation and respect, where students always feel heard.
I think the most important thing we do is founded in relationships. Students and teachers, students and administrators. Do our students see themselves in the curriculum that we're teaching? Are they heard? Are they valued? Are we responsive to the needs of students and educators here in this building? That culture of respect. Mutual respect between students and the adults here in the building, but also how we are communicating with one another, how we're responding to student needs, making sure that you and educators have the opportunity to thrive here in this building and during your time here at Burlington High School. That culture, which is rooted in those relationships, I think is the most important thing that we do here.
An administrator for over 18 years, Mark Sullivan has always worked to combine the constant change in our modern world with unchanging core principles to create a better learning environment.
Whether it's been technological changes and the introduction of the one-to-one program with iPads, throughout the years, there's been schedule changes. We're now in the middle of a feasibility study for a new building here at the high school. But despite all the changes and all the trends in education, what has not changed is the fact that we are trying to prepare our students to become responsible citizens when they graduate from the high school, making sure that we're supporting and meeting kids where they're at, providing a quality curriculum and a robust array of opportunities for students to excel not just in the classroom but outside of it as well.
Above all else, Mr. Sullivan's goal has been to make a positive impact on the lives of the many students at BHS, helping guide them to a better future.
Every set of kids, every group of kids that comes through puts their own unique stamp. I really get a lot of enjoyment and fulfillment out of watching students like yourself grow over 4 years, watching you mature, and going off into the world as prepared, respectful, responsible people that are not only equipped to go to college if that's what they want, but a lot of our kids go into the workforce or join the military. We have kids that travel and take a gap year. Whatever it is that you or any other student that comes out of here wants to do, we want to make sure that you have the prerequisite skills and foundation to be able to do that successfully. But really, just the potential is limitless, and that's what I get the most joy out of.
We here at BCAP would like to congratulate Mr. Sullivan on the award and wish him many more years of success. I'm Ryan Brown with BNEWS.
BNews reporter Veris Conley caught up with Sharon Terrell, BHS Career Pathways Director, to find out more about the Senior Flipped Internship Program.
The Burlington High School has initiated the Senior Tech Career Program, which is aimed at helping students interested in STEM fields work with industry mentors and equipment to get first-hand experience within the school.
So when I started at BHS, I came from a background of working with corporate partnership. So the idea of the program was to give kids work-based learning experiences. Their minds can roam anywhere they want. They can explore any area of technology they're interested in. We hire college students who have expertise in different technology areas to come in and help and be near-peer supports for the students, and then we have them match with industry mentors. I really hope it impacts students in helping them get a better sense of careers that exist. I think the most important thing is I want students to come away from this with confidence, that they really believe that they can pursue any STEM career that they're interested in.
So I think it started as just a way to sort of meet that demand of students wanting to have some sort of tech internship, but just not being able to do it sort of within the framework of like a school schedule for the students that are doing the drone internship. So it's supposed to be sort of like a simulation of like what a drone in industry would be doing, picking up and dropping off medical supplies or some sort of reconnaissance type work. I think every year we've had like a lot of success. It's just great to sort of see that and see kind of what they do after the internship.
I got involved years ago. It was maybe 5 or 6 years ago. It was the first year after it was established. I joined as an industry mentor, and I've been back ever since. So each mentor kind of has their own area, what they help different groups of students with, and I'm typically the cyber group. Over the years, we've done projects such as like Wi-Fi attacks or maybe just learning Linux and Python to do cyber application stuff. I was really privileged to go to BHS and have mentors here myself and classes here. So if I can do that for other people, it just feels amazing to give back.
Over the past 4 years, I've done a few things. This year, we're looking at an Excel certificate, but the first 2 years, I think we did gaming, and I really love helping them overcome their obstacles, getting stuck in a certain area and figuring things out. You know, science is about wanting to overcome these obstacles and figure out how to get through the difficult challenges, difficult questions. If you think about like a ball of yarn that has a knot, it's kind of figuring out the best way to undo it. And I like that I actually learn a little bit every time I teach a new student.
This has been Veris Connolly from BNews.
The BHS musical Freaky Friday premieres tonight, and BNews' Tad Stefanik has a preview.
The curtain is going up on the Burlington High School musical. Opening this weekend, Disney's Freaky Friday, a new musical.
I think one of the things that's really cool about Freaky Friday is that it's a multi-generational appeal. So you'll have the audience members who can relate to the teenage students, and you may have the parents relating to the mother character. And so there's something for everybody.
Freaky Friday is a great story. It's got something for each generation. And people my age had a Freaky Friday, and then there was kind of a rebirth when it was Jamie, our choreographer's group, with Lindsay Lohan, and now this is a new version, a new musical. It's been really exciting to put together the show with the kids, and we're really enjoying this whole role reversal and you're walking a mile in the other man's shoes aspect of the show.
Get your tickets today for Burlington High School's production of Freaky Friday, a new musical.
Our intern, Ryan Brown, is starring in the production and brings us a closer look at the hardworking tech crew, led by our very own Juliana McGrain.
With the opening night of Burlington High School's production of Freaky Friday on the horizon, months of preparation is about to pay off. Much is often said about the talent and dedication of those on stage, but sometimes the hardest workers can be found in the wings, making sure everything is running perfectly. Today, we shine a spotlight on the unsung heroes of Burlington theater, the stage crew.
For a high school musical or, even a children's musical, the setting and the changing of the scenery and the lighting, the props, the costumes, all of that requires crew, requires a lot of helping hands to plan ahead of time. But the moving, it's essential. You can't really do a show without a crew.
In order to get a better understanding of the skills needed and the dedication necessary to make the technical elements of performances work in harmony, we talked to some of the members of this year's tech crew to learn firsthand from their experience.
It takes a lot of people skills and it takes a lot of hard work and commitment, specifically a lot of compromise, just like planning in general. And there are a lot of people. We have 30 people this year, and it's really hard to make sure everyone, especially the higher position people, are where they need to be every single day.
It's definitely a difficult process, but once things start flowing, you really get excited to see how all of the hard work comes together. It can be challenging in ways where you have so many different elements having to work in the same time frame and work with each other almost perfectly to get your show working, and having to conduct those elements. It's such a long process to get it done, but once you start seeing the results, it's very exciting.
Juliana McGrain, first-year head of the stage crew, is ready, willing, and eager to accept the challenges of balancing the many technical elements and the crew members behind them.
So it's a really big production, and there's a lot of moving parts at any given moment. Or this whole show, I guess, is sort of an amalgamation of like so many different talented people doing their jobs in so many different ways. This is my first big musical. I worked on the plays, which didn't have as many moving parts. So I expect that this will be harder, but I love challenges. I love hard things. So I'm very excited.
With how important teamwork is for a successful show, it is no surprise that the many members of stage crew often find friendship and community within their co-workers.
Well, the stage crew here at Burlington High School, there's so much enthusiasm and so much excitement to be part of the group. These are kids normally that don't want to be in the spotlight. They don't want to be on the stage necessarily, but they're very comfortable in the wings. They're very comfortable supporting the production and being with each other and helping each other out. And there's a lot of traditions that they have, a lot of fun that they have backstage and behind the scenes. So it really has been a great experience to have the stage crew here at Burlington High School. We started the club maybe 10 or 15 years ago, and ever since then it's been going strong. Sometimes there's more kids on the stage crew than there are in the cast of the show. That's how popular it is.
Though it may look easy from the audience, pulling off a stage production is no simple task. Countless people behind the scenes are always hard at work, making sure every element goes on without a hitch. No matter what role a person plays, everyone's job is important to a show's success. And when everyone works together, a simple stage can be transformed into so much more. I'm Ryan Brown for BNEWS.
This week in sports, we have a feature from the Big League title meet hosted here at BHS. But first, we have a look at this week's community calendar, as well as the annual BHS Promenade red carpet photo shoot.
Hey everyone, I'm Gretchen Carey, and this is your community calendar. On May 26th at 10 a.m., the Town of Burlington Veteran Services will be having the Memorial Day ceremony at the Chestnut Hill Cemetery. The event is held rain or shine, and everyone is welcome. For more information, go to burlington.org. On May 31st from 10 a.m. to 2 p.m., the Francis Wyman PTO is having a carnival at the school, and admission is free. Game, activity, and food tickets will be sold at the event. From 10 a.m. to 1 p.m., the Burlington Garden Club will be having a plant and bake sale outside of the Parks and Rec Center. The rain date for this event is June 14th. For more community calendar events, go to bcattv.org, burlingtonpubliclibrary.org, and burlingtonrecreation.org. I'm Gretchen Carey, and that was your community calendar.
Round 2025, let's go.
I'm Juliana McGrain, and this is your weekly sports report. Girls lacrosse had 3 games this past week. They started out with a win against Winchester, 12-6 at home, then lost 7-12 at Boston Latin, and lost again to Wakefield, 8-10 at home. The team is currently 5-9 and have 4 games left in the regular season. After the boys lacrosse team lost 4-13 at home against Winchester last week, they defeated the top-seeded Wakefield Warriors 10-7 on the road, which put them at the top of the division. Burlington is now 7-8 with Wakefield now in second and Stoneham in third. The boys baseball team defeated Melrose by a score of 8-4 last week. On Mother's Day, they had a doubleheader against Bedford, losing both games 1-5 and 5-6. They got back in the win column after a 2-1 victory against Wakefield at home. Burlington is currently 8-7 and are third in the Freedom League division. Melrose is on top and Wakefield is in second. Girls softball hosted Melrose on Senior Day with a blowout score of 17-1. The team honored 4 of their seniors, Olivia Mbimbo, Maddie King, Alyssa Moderato, and Ella Anderson. Burlington is currently 8-7 after a 3-4 loss in Wakefield on the 13th. The ladies are third in the Freedom Division, with Wakefield at the top and Wilmington in second. Boys volleyball had 2 3-0 losses against Winchester and Arlington at home last week. On a brighter note, they defeated Wakefield at home in a 3-0 shutout, securing their second win of the season on May 12th. They will have another game at home against Lexington on Thursday afternoon. Boys track was invited to the MSTCA Interventional on May 10th. 7 athletes competed in the meet. You can check the full result at bcattv.org/sports. Burlington was the host for the title meet this year, and we were there for the big event.
It was a beautiful day at Varsity Field at the girls and boys track meet as they competed against Wakefield and Stoneham. The boys team had a big day ahead of them as the meet decided the league title. With the importance of the meet in mind, a number of athletes excelled, creating new personal records.
I was just doing my job out there, you know. My job is to go out there, get first, help the team win, and that's exactly what I did. That's what it took.
I feel like I did pretty good. I mean, I've been working really hard these past few weeks to get a good time, and I feel like I pushed myself to a pretty good limit.
So, came into this meet, looked good amount of competition. You know, practice this whole week was just aim towards winning this race for the team. That's really about it.
I started off with javelin. I threw 166.6. I'm trying to go for that school record. I'm about a half a foot away, so that's kind of exciting. And then I did the 4x4. I think I did pretty well as well. Long jump. After the 4x4, I think I did pretty good as well. Solid 21.8, so I'll take that for today.
It was tough because a lot of the girls had a lot of the same time, so I was really nervous. I had the pressure, but it's a tough meet, so there's a lot of competition today because Wakefield's really good, so it was good to come in first.
Yeah, it was just it's really about the ending. You gotta stay focused. Obviously, I was super close. My quads gave out, but you know, if I keep training, keep trying my best, I'm sure I'll get it.
With a double win, 117-18 against Stoneham, and a 74-62 win against Wakefield, the girls' team dominated this season, as their final regular season record was 4-1. Head coach Danielle Cavino was very happy, getting 2 birds with 1 stone.
I would say we just had a lot of people all around step up. We had girls that got their best times, and with track you can kind of score out the meet and see based on your previous times how you're going to do, and we had girls that did even better than we anticipated them to do. So I'm very impressed. I'm so proud of them.
Although it was a hard-fought effort by the boys, beating Stoneham 104-32, they ultimately could not secure the division title, falling to Wakefield 61-75 with their first loss of the season.
We had Wakefield and Stoneham today. They were 2 meets merged into one because of weather. Stoneham we knew would not be much of a challenge, and we beat them pretty handily. Wakefield we knew would be a huge challenge, and unfortunately they beat us. It was our first loss since 2018. But performance-wise, kids were great today. PRs across the board. I think part of it was that we were up for Wakefield, and part of it was really our first nice weather meet we've had all year. We opened up with Justin Gray in the 400 hurdles, had maybe like a 4-second PR. Roy Kenyike, next event on the track, the mile, had a huge PR to win that. And really just down the line, the kids formed. Ryan Brooks missed the school record in the javelin by inches, came back and just on his last long jump, which was the last thing that just happened today, moved into first place from third place with the big jump. So our performances I'm very happy with today. The kids really were up and performed.
We wish them luck on the remainder of the season with championships and beyond. I'm Ryan Brown with BNEWS Sports.
Burlington will also be the host of the Middlesex League Championship next week. Stay tuned. Girls tennis had a home meet against Watertown where they lost 2-3 in the matches. Alessia Pedruzzi and Phoenix Mahoney, Anjali Patel and Aisha Soni won their double matches. We were there for the Melrose meet.
It was a beautiful day at Rahanas Park for the girls tennis team as they competed with Melrose. With a number of matches going on at once, we focus on the singles match of Mason Alonji and Lucia Falconberry. Alonji defeated her opponent in both games of 6-2. Other winners in the match were the double team of Alessia Pedruzzi and Therese Kaczynski, who defeated Mina Zain and Natalie Menjivar 6-3 in the first match and 7-6 in the second. Anjali Patel and Shreya Patel defeated Merle Stratford and Lexi Miller in 2 sets, 7-6 and 6-4. The final of the meet was 3-2 Burlington.
The team is now 6-8 after a 3-2 win in Wakefield on May 14th. In the Freedom Division, they are in third place with Wilmington on top and Watertown in second. Boys tennis had 3 big wins last week after a 5-0 shutout in Watertown, 4-1 in Melrose, and a 3-2 at home with Wakefield. The team is currently 9-5 and on top of the Freedom Division with Wakefield in second and Melrose in third. To keep up to date with all the Red Devil action, check out our sports section at bcattv.org/sports and follow us on X at BNewsSports. I am Julianne McGrain, and that is all for this week. Back to you guys in the studio.
This week's photo was sent in by Christina Nikitas. It features the Burlington Garden Club Mother's Day flower sale at the Wayside Shopping Center. Suzanne Russell chaired the event. Not even 6 hours of rain could keep us away as many other vendors canceled. We pulled it out of the water, says Christina. Thank you to all who volunteered and to the customers who supported us. We'd like to see your photos. The photos could be of something you see around town, the weather outside your own door, or even photos of your family members and pets. Whatever you think is interesting, would like to share. Send them to bcat@bcattv.org with the subject line Photo of the Week. That's all for this week. Next week we'll have a recap of the final nights of town meeting, a preview of the summer events at the rec, and a preview of this year's Memorial Day ceremony. I'll leave you with some reminders. This weekend is Hazardous Waste Day, the community yard sale, you'll see signs all over town. The library will be hosting Sculptors of the Burlington Sculptor Park, as well as the First Kindness event will be hosted on the Common on Sunday. Visit our website for more details on those events and more. Okay, that's it from the news desk here at BNews Weekly. I'm Phil Gallagher. Thank you for joining us. Have a pleasant weekend.